Good morning, folks. Good morning. Aaron Dorr here with Iowa Gun Owners. And I hope you guys are ready to buckle up. This is going to be one hell of a show this morning. In fact, I may have to do it twice today because I'm going to get so much personal enjoyment out of what we're about to talk about that I may have to do it twice just to finally capstone my Friday. Guys, Senate Republicans, at least some of them, are viciously attacking the members and supporters and board of Iowa Gun Owners after we called them out last night in our statewide email over what they did and did not do on constitutional carry law just a couple of days ago in the Iowa Judiciary Committee. And guys, they are pissed. But if they think that they're a fraction as angry as the members of Iowa Gun Owners are after their betrayal of us, they're just as dumb as you could possibly imagine, guys. Good morning again. Let me know where you're watching from. Aaron Dorr here with Iowa Gun Owners. I'm in our office right now in West Des Moines. And folks, I've received probably 100 private messages on to my Facebook page or to the Iowa IGO page with your communications with Senator Sinclair, Senator Dawson, and Senator Nunn. And the responses you guys are getting are sadly all too predictable. Disgusting is what Senator Sinclair said. We're disgusting. We're spewing lies, said Senator Nunn. Disingenuous, they said. We're fake news, they said. And folks, they are furious. Listen, if you missed our email that came out last night, kind of late, maybe like 8:30. It was a late night, kind of a long email. Check your inbox, or we've now posted it to our Facebook page. Go and check it out there. But we're going to review what's going on right now so you guys know what's happening. Okay, so here's the deal. A brief recap. The committee was going to vote on constitutional carry, Senate Bill 165, Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock. I show up on behalf of you guys. We've been lobbying for this thing all session. We've been there all the time working on this bill. We had 15 co-sponsors, got past subcommittee, get to the committee, and as you guys know by now, they pulled it from the agenda, okay? They pulled it, and they had a private caucus, which is their private meeting prior to the committee hearing, and in that caucus, they had a whip count where the leadership whips the caucus to see who supports the bill and who does not. And they walked out of that caucus and they pulled the bill from the agenda. In other words, they did not have the votes, they said, to pass constitutional carry. So here's what we know. It's a 10-person caucus. And it's a 10 people on the Republican side, 5 on the Democrat side, 15-person committee. The day in question, 2 Democrats were missing. There's a total of 13 people at this committee hearing. We could have passed the bill with 7 Republicans. Of those 10, 6 of them had co-sponsored the bill. 6. And that list includes Senators Dawson, Chapman, Schultz, Whiting, Shipley, and Sweeney. So we had those 6 on board, and we needed to get one more, because there was a reduced number of Democrats. If one more had raised their hand and said, yeah, I'll support the bill, we'd have been good to go. And of the 4 who did not, the 3 of those who are most to blame would be Senator Dan Dawson from Council Bluffs, Senator Amy Sinclair from down around Knoxville area, and Senator Zach Nunn from Altoona. And they are angry now that we dare hold them accountable. So as we told you guys last night in the email, the level of arrogance that we are seeing here is unlike anything that I've ever seen on the Senate Republican side. Absolutely incredible. I want to show you something. I'm going to take Dan Dawson as our example for this moment because he's one of the guys. He's the vice chair, okay? He's the vice chair. He has tremendous ability to help us advance the bill. In 2016, In 2016, Iowa Gunners did what we always do. We did a candidate survey program. Guys, let me know where you're watching from. Post it in the comments section. Let me know where you're at. It gives us some more post reach. So in 2016, we did what we always do, a candidate survey program. We surveyed every candidate running for office and legislative office in Iowa. It's what we always do. And that included Mike Gronstall and Dan Dawson. Now, of course, Mike Gronstall refused his survey, but Dan Dawson, he responded. It was attached in the email last night. Perhaps you guys can read this. I'll hold up here kind of close. Look right here where my finger is, that black text right there. I'll read it off to you guys in a moment in case you're driving and can't see it. This is the number one question on our survey. The number one question: would you support constitutional legislation which would allow all law-abiding Iowans the right, I have to turn around, to carry a weapon, either openly or concealed, without having to first obtain government permission and be added to a list, as is done in other states? And the answers that we give them, the options are: will you sponsor it, will you co-sponsor it, or no? That's the answers: sponsor, co-sponsor, or no. And you can see right here the word co-sponsor was indicated. This is Senator Dawson's survey. Here's page 2. Page 2, across the bottom, you can see right there, Dan Dawson received in our office May 24, 2016. He signed it. It came right from him. It came right from him. He gave his word. He gave his word that he would fight for constitutional carry, and that he would, in particular, co-sponsor constitutional carry. Now, last year, we ran this bill, and last year, Dan Dawson arrogantly said he's not going to co-sponsor. This year, I called him out. I mean, when I mean call him out, what that means in the Capitol is you have a little notepad there that have at the front door of the Senate chamber. You fill it out, who you want to talk to, give it to the doorman, who then bring it inside, and they call out the senator. I don't mean I, called him out on a duel. I called him out probably 3 or 4 times at least. Would never come out, would never talk to us. I asked him by email, would you co-sponsor? And finally he responds, and he says no. He says he's not going to co-sponsor because he didn't draft the bill. But if you look back here at the question that we asked him, does it say, would you support or co-sponsor a bill if you drafted it? No. We said, would you support constitutional carry? And again, 15 of his colleagues did this year. 15. And he wouldn't do it. So we have his pledge right here. And with this information, this is now 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now. 3 years ago, the board of IGO convened meetings in the summer of 2016, and we said, okay, we have a major election cycle underway. It's going to be here before we know it anyway. Where are we going to focus? Which races can we be most effective at exposing gun control in? Where do we have a measurable difference? And the top of our list, the top of our list was Mike Gronstall versus Dan Dawson. Now, we can't tell people who to vote for. We're a 501c4. We'd never do that. What we can do is expose gun grabbers and educate you guys, the members of IGO, on where the candidates stand. And we did that in Council Bluffs and District 8 at a rate that we've never done prior to that time. Our program in Council Bluffs was utterly massive. And you guys paid for every single bit. The members of IGO funded, this is from our email last night, 36 TV ads on WOWT, KPTM, and KMTV. 36 30-second TV ads. We did 25 at least minute-long radio spots on KFAB over in Omaha, which is the big channel for Council Bluffs. We did over 12,000 slicks. I showed you guys one yesterday. An example, exposing Mike Gronstall for who he was. We did 12,000 at least pieces of mail exposing and telling people where Dan Dawson stood, telling people that Dawson promised to co-sponsor and fight for constitutional carry. We spent thousands in targeted social media making sure everybody saw our videos on this race. And Many of you guys joined us as we went house to house, door to door. I was there. I had 4 of my kids with me, a bunch of volunteers. We had a great time. We went to Quaker Steak and Lube afterwards with a whole bunch of you guys. We had a great time. It was a great, great day. We passed out 5,000 flyers in one afternoon in Council Bluffs. We fought like dogs to expose Mike Gronstall, and it worked. And Dan Dawson became the new senator from Council Bluffs. And when we needed him the most last year, he refused to co-sponsor. We needed him this year. He refused to co-sponsor. We needed him last year in the Judiciary Committee. He refused to support the bill. And on Wednesday, when we had 6 Republicans who'd already indicated their support, when any one senator would have given us the magic number 7, Dan Dawson did not raise his hand. Actually, in a manner he did. He raised his hand and stabbed us. This is my letter opener, not a knife. Stabbed us in the back in that subcommittee, in that committee meeting. Utterly repulsive. You guys, look, we spent between $35,000 and $40,000 in that one race alone in Council Bluffs. It was a huge program, and we had to do so because we had to make sure that Mike Gronstall could not hold up constitutional carry anymore. And look what's going on now with the guy who replaced him. So that's some of the context. So again, here's his candidate survey. It's in your email from last night. We attached it to last night's email. Don't take my word for it. Read it word for word. Read it line by line and realize some of the context here, okay? This happened at around 2:45, give or take, on Wednesday. At the exact same time, the Iowa Republican Judiciary Committee was betraying us. And again, not every one of them, these targeted people, as they were betraying us, not far from us in Oklahoma, the last vote was held on constitutional carry law. And as I was being lectured after the committee hearing as to why they're not going to pass the bill because they're sick and tired of all this pressure from Iowa gun owners, at that same time, maybe an hour later, Governor Stitt in Oklahoma signed constitutional carry into law. It was less than an hour, or approximately an hour, from when that bill passed the House till the governor signed it. You see, they fought for gun owners in Oklahoma. They fought for it. And here in Iowa, after we spent $40,000, give or take, exposing Mike Gronstall, after Dan Dawson surveyed and said in writing he would co-sponsor the bill, they pulled it. They pulled it. And so now the rage is beginning to flow from gun owners. And so all Senators Nunn and Dawson and Sinclair can do is hit back and try to say that we are liars and disingenuous. And we're going to read some of their emails here in a moment, line by line. But let's see. Somebody was asking me, what about Amy Sinclair? Did Amy Sinclair, did she co-sponsor the bill? Did she, sign a candidate survey? Did she, what's her, because she's telling people that she is a diehard supporter of constitutional carry. So, Aaron, what's the truth on that? Well, here's what I know. This is the survey, and I'm going to hide her home address for now. This is a survey that we sent Amy Sinclair in the elections in 2016, 3 years ago. The cancellation mark, it's covered May 13, 2016. We mail it to her on May 13, 2016. And you can see right here, at this part right here, the 3 times that she refused to respond. This was sent certified mail. Certified mail, so we know that people received it, okay? And as you can see right here, she refused it on May 14, on May, I think it's 20 or 21, kind of hard to read the handwriting, and May 26. 3 times she said, screw you, I'm not going to sign this, was it 9-question survey. Disgusting. Disgusting. Wouldn't do it. Last year, Here is last year's constitutional carry bill right here. Last year's bill sponsored by Senator Bertrand. Anybody see Amy Sinclair's name on here? It's kind of hard to read, but anybody see it? Because I don't. I don't. In fact, I know she's not because she told us no last year too. This year, 15 senators co-sponsored, and she said absolutely no. She snapped at me in front of about 15 people in the rotunda. Look, she wouldn't come out and talk to me. She wouldn't answer our emails. I saw her in the rotunda, and I said, Senator Sinclair, you have one moment to discuss constitutional carry. She turns around, snaps at me, and says, I will not be co-sponsoring your bill. And I was like, okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But, and with Senator Nunn did not survey with us. Did not survey with us last year. And the conservatives in the Republican Senate caucus have been telling me all year, but basically, we have no idea where Nunn is. He's all over the map. He refused to support the red light camera ban bill that Senator Dawson moved out of committee last week. And basically, nobody believes the guy is a conservative at all. They have been telling that to me for 9 weeks now. Okay, so that's Senator Nunn. So, you guys, you need to pour the pressure on these three people. And so as you do that, you're going to get a couple of predictable responses because these are lazy people. They're lazy people, and they're just going to do a cut and paste. So I'm going to read some of the emails that we have been receiving from you guys from these senators. Here's a juicy one from Senator Amy Sinclair. And she says, good afternoon. I won't give the guy's name. You have heard wrong. I am most certainly not a no. Aaron Dorr of Iowa gun owners is spreading lies to line his own pockets. All right, let's discuss that. First of all, it's no lie. She did not co-sponsor the bill. That's objectively verifiable. It's Senate File 2106. This is last year's bill. It's no lie that she spat in the face of gun owners and refused to sign the IGO candidate survey 3 times in a row in 2016. That's verifiable. It's no lie that she refused to co-sponsor this year's constitutional carry bill. That's also verifiable. So that's number one. She is the liar here, not us. Now, he is trying to line his own pockets. That's a great conversation. The fastest way for Iowa gun owners to basically die is to pass this bill. If we pass the bill, we have 2 big issues in Iowa. Stand your ground law, we've checked that box, and now constitutional carry. If we wanted to kill, prolong this, we wouldn't even try to move the bill. Insane. Absolute lies. And let's talk about this for a moment also. Excuse me. You'll note that Senate Republicans were very happy that Iowa gun owners raises money in 2016. They were very happy to have their leadership meet with us in their office in 2016 to talk about which races we may or may not want to engage in the elections. They were very happy to have us spend $40,000 of our donor money in Council Bluffs. They were very happy to have us spend $40,000 approximately in the race up in, SD 26 to replace, doggone it. I forget her name right now. Dadgummit. Mary Jo Wilhelm. They were very happy to have us spend 35, 40 grand to expose Brian Shane John. They're very happy when we raise money when they believe it benefits them. But now that we are sitting here telling folks where these people stand, now they're mad. All right. I'm very happy to vote for this bill, says Amy Sinclair. Okay. Well, you wouldn't co-sponsor, and when we needed you most in committee, you wouldn't raise your hand. How do I know that? Well, it's easy. If we had 7 Republicans, it would have moved. We had 6 who had already publicly supported the bill walking into that caucus. 6. So if one of them, like Amy Sinclair, had raised her hand, boom, it would have gone. This bill's issue is that Aaron Dorr doesn't want it to pass. Okay. If I don't want it to pass, why have we been there all session drumming up co-sponsors, informing Iowans of what's going on? And why did I lead the testimony in subcommittee on behalf of Iowa gun owners pushing for this bill? What a lie. Let's see. His behavior is disgusting, disingenuous, and counterproductive. AKA, if he would say nice things about me, like the Iowa Firearms Coalition does, then he'd be respectable and honored and a key lobbyist in the Iowa Capitol. This is how the game is played. It's Iowa nice. Only it's not nice. It's Iowa FU from Senate Republicans in the Judiciary Committee. So it's only disingenuous, counterproductive, and disgusting if it critiques them. Insanity. Let's keep on going here. She says, I will always support your rights when given the opportunity. You had the opportunity on Wednesday and you betrayed. Thanks for letting me know that I am now the target of this misinformation campaign. Again, you did not co-sponsor last year. You did not co-sponsor this year. You did not sign your candidate survey, and you've been aggressive as hell to the members of IGO from your district who've been emailing you all session. So that's just straight up facts. Please know, I don't take calling him out lightly. I typically try to assume the best of people, but I figure if he's using my name, I'm going to use his. Woo-hoo-hoo. So afraid, so afraid. Just absolute lies. Absolute lies. Here's another one. This is from Amy Sinclair again. And we have more. There's a couple more coming up here. This is from Amy Sinclair. This is today at 8:12 a.m. to a great member of IGO who is watching this video right now. And let's see here. She says, good morning. I'm not sure before this week I had any idea what fake news actually was. But now I'm the subject of it. Aaron Dorr and the members of Iowa gun owners are conducting a smear campaign. And I'm guessing it's to further the donate button on your email that prompted this communication. Right, because attacking Republicans in Iowa is a great fundraising technique. How stupid can these people be? The fastest way to not fundraise is to attack Republicans. That's how it works. That's how it works. Sad. She says, let's see here. I'm more than happy to support the bill. I've stated that publicly and privately numerous times. Thanks for reaching out to get the truth. I don't know how else to say this. They are lying right to the face of the very members of this organization that gave these people their majority in the first place. It's gun owners like you who gave us the ability to get this majority in the first place in 2016. It's gun owners like you. Like Jennifer says, screw Iowa nice. I quit that crap when I joined the military. Man, no kidding. These people are so weak. Heath says, this is a great comment. We are not doing this to make friends. She and they work for us. As I am one of her employers, I say she's fired with the other morons. Well said, Heath. Well said. Let's see. There's some other ones here. This is from Senator Nunn. This is great. And I'm going to get it's going to get kind of personal here for a moment once. This really makes me mad. You know, our board chairman, deceased late in December of last year, Jim Suiso, who founded this organization with me. Jim Suiso was he was a military veteran of World War II, and he wore a badge for 48, I think it was, years in military police service and police service here in Iowa. And he was in post-World War II Berlin, and he was a sheriff in Sioux County, Iowa for, I think, 28 years. This guy wrote the book on what it meant to be an advocate for the Constitution. So keep that in mind. This is from Senator Zach Nunn. Senator Zach Nunn. I'm reading some of the comments here, guys. Give me just a moment here. I'm catching up right now with some people. Okay, all right, here we go. So this is from Zach Nunn. He says, thanks. I appreciate your writing. I've long supported constitutional carry rights for Iowans. As the past Judiciary Chair in the House, I passed the Second Amendment protections for all Iowans. I passed the Second Amendment protection and have worked to advance two-way legislation with leaders like Representative Winchell. All right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. He's right. He used to be the chairman of Judiciary. And you know what happened in Judiciary 2 years ago during this omnibus bill he's talking about? That's when Matt Winchell and Zach Nunn ran an amendment and they yanked constitutional carry out of the bill. There was a light version of constitutional carry in the omnibus bill. It was right there. It wasn't very good. It wasn't very good, but we would have accepted it. And these guys, after a 4-hour caucus, stripped it out. That is part of what Zach Nunn is known for. And Winchell, of course, did all of that. I have worked with these leaders like Matt Winchell and thousands of dedicated men and women across Iowa. Well, what the hell have you done? I mean, you killed the bill in 2017, and you helped kill the bill, at least for the moment, this 2 days ago, and you wouldn't sign a survey. So why should we trust you? He continues to say, this is where I get pretty upset. He says, with 3 combat tours overseas. So whatever he says, now we have to, oh, well, he's a combat vet. Now look, I'll be totally straight up here. I'm not mocking that service at all. Far from it. I am not a veteran. So I'm just going to make that very clear. But I have served in the next 2 veterans in the Iowa legislature before. Guys like Representative Tom Shaw, Representative Dwayne Alons, some of the best people who've ever served in the Iowa House. And they never betrayed gun owners and then tried to hold up their military status as a reason why they should get a pass. Our board chairman, late board chairman, now deceased, Jim Sweesaw, never held up his military status as some reason why he should get a pass in fighting for the Constitution. So when I see this, it makes me angry. With these tours overseas, I recognize the importance of the responsibility of self-defense. Just not doing for it. I'll always fight for you on this front. Okay, except when we need you the most. Except when we need you the most. By doing this, by betraying us 2 days ago, he is spitting in the face of these very vets that he's talking about. Equally, Senator Dan Dawson is a 2A champion and a warrior who serves our nation in both the military and law enforcement. And I know he fights like hell to defend this same Constitution. Oh, really? Oh, really? Senator Dawson is a liar. And I don't say that lightly. Senator Dawson broke his written word. Senator Dawson, by his promises, got the benefit of $40,000 worth of issue advocacy on behalf of the members of Iowa gun owners. He lied to us, and he lied to you. But now we're being told he fights like hell to defend that same Constitution. And Senator Sinclair is the most ardent defender of life, liberty, and 2A rights I've ever worked with, and I thank her for her leadership. So, I mean, I may be a simple person, but call me confused, because if we needed 7 and everybody on the Republican side supports the bill, then what happened? We are being lied to. We are being lied to by these people. We're being lied to. And the lies is not contained in just these 3. I'm seeing right now a message from my good friend Colby Dre over in Sioux City. He got an email from a firearms instructor at Quad City Investigations telling me I don't have all the facts about Chris Cornier. Senator Cornier, it was not on this committee, but here's an example of how much bullcrap is being spread in the Capitol. Senator Cornier came out at a forum 2 Saturdays ago tomorrow, and she publicly attacked the hell out of constitutional carry. Absolutely opposed to it, and was very, very clear in that. And what she did not mention, but what the reporters mentioned, is that Senator Chris Cornier is a firearms instructor who gets paid to offer training classes. And so she has a direct financial interest in maintaining this system. As I said, I don't care if she charges. That's fine. We're not socialists. If she wants to have a class, that's fine. If she wants to charge a fee, that's fine. That's fine. But have the honesty, have the moral integrity to tell people, I'm opposed to constitutional carry and I get paid to maintain the current system. Have the integrity to maintain the truth and just tell people the truth. All right. So we're reading through these emails here. I got one more I wanted to read. All right. This is the last half of Senator Nunn's email. This delay is not about constitutional carry policy. It's from the lobbyists manipulating the process in order to raise money. Look, a couple things on money. First of all, again, they loved it. They loved it when we raised money that was spent to expose anti-gun Democrats. They loved it. I had at that time the Republican caucus staff chair, the head honcho, calling me and texting me in love with the radio and TV ads that IGO was running across the state. Now, in case there's some lefty tactician trying to come after us, there was no coordination. After our ads went live and loud, they loved them. They loved them. They loved it when we spent your money to attack Senate Democrats. But now they're saying this is all being done by lobbyists trying to raise more money. Now all of a sudden it's wrong that we spend your money to fight for gun rights. It's okay if we spend it to attack Democrats. It's not okay if we spend it to expose Republicans. Disgusting. He says, I'd ask where you heard such misinformation, but I can guess. Iowa gun owners. Correct me if I'm wrong. As a friend and fellow Iowan, I'd ask you to be wary what others may say in ignorance as an outright lie to fundraise for their own interests. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So all of a sudden now, the bill that we drafted, the bill that I met with Chairman Zahn about back in, mid-November, the bill that we drafted with LSA, the bill that we all together, you and I, all of your emails and all of my time in the Capitol, we lobbied to get 15 co-sponsors together for. The bill that we got through subcommittee, the bill that many of you showed up for to testify in subcommittee, the bill that I testified on behalf of in subcommittee, on behalf of you guys in subcommittee, all of a sudden this bill that we've been busting our ass on for at least 4 months and actually for years in full context, all of a sudden now we don't support constitutional carry. We're trying to tank it because it's in our best interest. Utterly absurd. Utterly absurd. Again, the math here is idiot proof. Even for a guy like me who's not a math major. It's easy. We needed 7. We needed 7. There's 10 Republicans in the committee. 6 of them had already co-sponsored the bill and were on board publicly. We needed one hand to raise up. We needed Amy Sinclair to stand up and say, yeah, I'll do it. We needed Dan Dawson to say, you know what, I'll keep my campaign promise and I'll do it. We needed Zach Nunn, who is now such a fearless champion by email, to be a fearless champion 48 hours ago, raise his hand and say, I'll back this bill. None of them did it. None of them. And so now that we expose them for who they are, now we are the horrible people. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And so, guys, this is kind of the crap that we're dealing with right now in Des Moines. And that's why your calls, your emails, your Facebook notes to these 3 senators is absolutely crucial. For some reason, I could not properly hot link these 3 senators' Facebook pages into this video before I went live today. I haven't even copied and pasted the content. Give me 1 second once here. Hang on. But you guys can easily find all of their information on Facebook. It takes about 5 seconds to find them. Hit them on Facebook. Of course, to be clear, hit them means communicate with them. Hit them up on Facebook, call them, and email them, and tell them that if constitutional carry dies, you know who you're going to blame. We can't blame Mike Gronstall anymore, people. We can't blame Steve Sodders. It's our own people who are doing this to us. And then, as a particular little message to these people, I included very intentionally the join link across the bottom of this message. If you haven't yet joined up, guys, visit joinigo.com. joinigo.com. That's our join website. And we'd be honored to have your support. Look, for all of you Senate Republicans who watch this video, for your staffers who screen the video, let's get something straight. We are never going to stop trying to raise money to fight for our members. Our members expect us to hold the line. Our members expect us to expose trash like you. Our members expect us to have the tools that we need to accomplish our job. And that requires fundraising. And we're always going to be there for our members. We're always going to be there to fight for them. And that means we're always going to be fundraising. And again, you spineless cowards, you had no problem when we fundraised to expose Senate Democrats. But you hate our guts now because we're exposing Senate Republicans. I don't think these people actually believe us when we say that we're nonpartisan. I don't care which party is in control as much as I care about advancing constitutional carry, advancing our gun rights. And if that means we're going to call these people out, we're going to call them out. I got a great comment here from my good friend Craig Kuntz. As a former Marine, we have a special place in hell for them. We did not tolerate liars and thieves. So don't throw your military service in my face because you would not make it as a jarhead. I don't know what his service is, Craig. I'm not sure if he's Marines, Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard. I have no idea what he is. But it's just sad when they try to use that as a reason to get around the pressure. Eric says, nope, not at all. Expose them all! Exclamation point, says Eric. Guys, this is what the fight is coming to here in Des Moines. We've long said to you guys that the gun rights battle in Des Moines is less about Republican versus Democrat, and it's much more about we the people, the best citizens in Iowa. It's we the people against elitist lawmakers in Des Moines. And that's never been true. Never been truer. Jeez Louise. Never been truer than it is today. Never been truer. Sent you a PM I just got from Dawson, says Jennifer. Hang on a minute, guys. Let's see what Dan Dawson has to say. I haven't read his comments yet. Okay, this is a long one. All right. So, again, they're pretty much cutting and pasting from each other's emails. This is from Senator Dawson. Give me a break. Give me a break. So all of us are immediately smug. And that is the definition of this guy's face, is smug. Over the past few years, I've witnessed various incidences of fake news. But this week, I am now the subject of it. I am not and never have been your problem with moving this bill forward. Okay, but you didn't co-sponsor it. You broke your promise 2 years in a row, and you did not raise your hand in committee. So how can you sit there and lie right to our face? He says, in fact, I floor managed Stand Your Ground law in 2018. Sure he did. He got that bill handed to him from the House. He ran it through a subcommittee, and it was done. In fact, last year, this was 2 years ago, lawmakers at that time laughed. They laughed with me afterwards. What an abysmal job he did, utterly unprepared for that subcommittee. Let the anti-gunners trample all over him. He didn't lead that fight. He barely survived what he was given from the House. What a joke. Let's see. And I led the fight in the Senate floor for adding other protections to the Iowa Constitution. Nearly every day of my adult life, I have carried a firearm. And that's the same crap we hear from Joe Biden. Go out there and buy a shotgun. Or when you hear from anti-gunners that say, "Oh, I'm a hunter. I've got a shotgun in my house, or I have a carry permit." So what? 300,000 Iowans approximately have a carry permit. Does that mean you actually fought for us on constitutional carry? Absolutely not. Let's see. Reading some of the comments here. Okay. I understand you're angry, but I would encourage you to place your anger at the feet of where it belongs and not on your allies in the Iowa Senate. The three people accused, Nunn, Sinclair, and myself, are happy to support the bill. What kind of crap is this? None of you would co-sponsor. None of you would come out and talk to the grassroots Iowans who joined me in the Capitol lobbying this session, trying to talk to you people. And you refuse to stand in the committee. But now you say you would fight for it. We've stated that publicly numerous times. Show me. Show me. Show me. Also, just some of this here is kind of just miscellaneous stuff. Also, from my understanding, one of the primary lobbyists for the bill has personally attacked leadership members in the House, as well as some of my colleagues in the Senate. We've been very vocal about Matt Winchell. Very vocal about the guy who's trying to who's open to banning bump stocks, the guy who worked against constitutional carry last year, the guy who told Iowa Press he was down for a red flag gun seizure bill, the guy who voted against constitutional carry on the floor way back in 2011. Of course, we've been exposing him. Let's see here. So much to read. It's unfortunate because the well may have been poisoned on this issue. The well may have been poisoned. You're the ones that are elected. We are in the cheap seats. You are elected. You have the votes you need to do it, guys. You have the votes you need to do it. Let's see. Instead of attacking your biggest ally in the Senate, I would encourage you to help elect more Republicans in the House and not listen to fake news spouted by an otherwise underwhelming lobbyist who would never succeed a day in the private sector, like he works in the private sector, and makes his living off of fundraising videos on Facebook. Guys, remember his written word. Remember his written word. He gave his word to Iowans when he signed his survey. He gave his word on May 24, 2016, his written signature. He gave his word that he would co-sponsor and fight for constitutional carry. And now his response, give me a break. Screw you. The next time you receive an email from Aaron Dorr, I'd caution you to look at the donate button on your email, which might highlight you to the real motivation. Had anybody here ever met a politician who wasn't always trying to raise money? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody. These people are consummate fundraisers. They're always trying to raise money. Always. Always. Dan Dawson is up for re-election next year. I can assure you his fundraising apparatus is already underway and will kick off in big steps once session is adjourned. Realize most of their money comes from PACs, from organizations who want to kiss their butt and get their support for bills. So that cannot happen. PACs cannot make donations while they're in session. But I can assure you that when session is out, and especially next year, when next year's session is out, as the vice chair of Judiciary, he is going to receive significant funding. This guy makes his living, politically speaking, off of his ability to fundraise. Disgusting. And now they're the ones who are mad because we dare fundraise, so we have the resources we need to fight for you guys. Again, if you're getting tuned in late right now, consider this. When Iowa gun owners passes the two big bills that we set out to pass years ago, stand your ground law, check, and constitutional carry, check. I mean, when that becomes a check, rather, the two biggest issues that we've ever had to fight on will be done. And if there was ever a way to damage our ability to raise funding, it'd be to pass the bills. He'd be to pass the bills. In other words, what we're doing, trying to fight like dogs for constitutional carry, is counterintuitive to what we would be doing if our goal was nefarious. These people are liars. They are liars. Do never forget that. Guys, again, it is on our website. Actually, I'm not sure. The email has Senator Dawson's survey in the bottom of the email as an attachment. I'm going to check our website right now. I'm not sure if our gal could actually append this to the email that's posted on the website. I'm going to check right now. Give me just a moment here. Let's see if it's here. Come on. Yes, it's on the website right now underneath the article that we posted on the website this morning, and you can see for yourself. Craig says, can you post the first page of his survey to Facebook so we can post it on our pages and call him out and let people see that he is a liar? Craig, man, I love you. I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. You guys have got to see the kind of crap that they're shoveling right now. Disgusting stuff. I'm going to post it right now. I'm trying to find the best version of it. Craig, give me just a moment here, guys. This is important stuff. I'm going to stop right now and make time to do this. Should be done here in just a couple seconds. Here we go. Surveys 2016 PDF copies. Where's my buddy Dan? And just his answer. Oh, give me a break. What a condescending ass. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this right now, Craig. It'll be a little bit, could be a little bit blurry on account of the screenshot. Let me do it right now. Give me just 1 second here. All right, screenshot. Here we go. I'm going to post it right now, and you guys can see the page 1 of his survey for yourself. And in fact, I'll do page 3, the whole thing, as a matter of fact, Craig, so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about. We'll label it Dawson 1 and Dawson 2 and Dawson 3. So, guys, what they're doing is desperately trying to get away from the pressure now of gun owners, desperately trying to convince you guys that they have your best interest at heart. They had their chance. They had it on Wednesday. They spat in our faces, the very people who put them into office in the first place. And now their only response is some combination of, oh, come on, give me a break. Oh, give me a break. And of course, the big one, all right, well, gun owners just trying to raise money. Yeah, again, they had no problem with our fundraising when they were indirectly the beneficiaries of it. All right, I had these all screenshotted, Craig, and I'm going to try to post them right now. We'll call it Dawson 1, Dawson 2, and Dawson 3. Give me just a second right here, guys. Let's see. I can't read all these comments here, guys. This dumbass needs to know, this is from Craig Kuntz, we donate because IGO is our only voice here in Iowa. That's humbling, Craig. Thank you very much. Let me post this right now. If I can do it in this broadcast. Hang on. I'm trying to do it as we speak right here, guys. All right. Can I post it? Okay, here it goes, I think. I'm not sure I can, guys. It's being kind of weird for posting the attachment right now. So I will do it immediately after we're done here, Craig. For some reason, I cannot seem to do it right now. Maybe if one of the guys is watching can kind of give me some ideas on how to do it. For some reason, it's not giving me the option how to attach it right now. So I can't do it right now for some reason. But again, guys, the survey is on our website and it's on our Facebook page. It's right there in terms of the link is right there, and you can see it for yourself. But yes, Craig, I will have it on a separate Facebook post the minute that I hang up with this broadcast. So, guys, that's what I have. I can make a prediction. I can predict right now we'll be back online later on today once, A, my voice heals, and B, once we get some more of the crap being spewed by Senator Sinclair, Senator Nunn, and Senator Dawson. But don't forget, they have screwed you guys again for the second year in a row. These people refuse their candidate surveys. We showed you Amy Sinclair absolutely refused it, just like Mike Gronstall did in 2016. Refused the survey. That's a middle finger. Would not co-sponsor last year. None of them would. Would not co-sponsor this year. None of them would. And broke a written campaign promise in the case of Senator Dawson. Guys, don't think for a moment, by the way, that Senator Dawson, how do we say this? Don't give Senators Sinclair and Nunn any less anger because they did not break their written word. You see, here's how this works. They didn't sign their survey in 16 and in 18 because they knew they wouldn't support constitutional carry. And the caucus is telling people these days, don't sign surveys from Iowa gun owners. So, well, Senator Dawson deserves a special place of anger because of his public lies. Realize that Senators Nunn and Sinclair, they only didn't sign their survey because they knew they were going to break their promise, and they were not in as desperate of districts as Dan Dawson was trying to go up against Mike Gronstall from 3 years ago. But hey, don't forget, guys, we're just a year and a half away from the next election here in Iowa. Guys, got to go. Got some guys here in my driveway. Not sure what's going on. More to come, guys. Signing off. Share the hell out of this video. We'll be back. Thank you.